first impression. You know, the physicality of our football team was always going to be a point of emphasis. Showed their conditioning showed up. We look faster. Certainly on defense, we look like a veteran defense in the way that we run around, the way we get our communication established and whatnot. Offensively, these guys have really taken to a new system very quickly and saw a lot of really good things day one. So that being said, ready to go over whatever questions you have.
When you lose 4 starters along the offensive line and you're coming into a spring like this, who's kind of setting the tone, like you said, like with the physical play with this new group? And
well, you know, until you get in pads, it's hard to tell that. But in terms of just by the way they carry themselves and the sense of urgency they play with, is always going to give you a pretty good indication of who's ready. You know, offensive line play can't be a world of hesitation. You got to go up there with a lot of confidence. Know what you're doing, know what the defense is doing, and then understand hat placement, hand position, right? Coming out with a back and playing good football. So stuff like that only comes with repetition, but also comes with knowing exactly what you're doing. And there's some guys that wait their turn, and there's some young, talented guys that now they're going to be put in a situation where they're going to have an opportunity. So we're going to let those guys play hard against a veteran defense and see how it shakes out.
Just look at the quarterbacks. What do you think?
I see guys that have been working, and it's their time. I know that Coach Moorhead seemed really pleased with the guys day one. They can sling it. They're smart. They have a good command. Even though we're new in this system, they have a great presence about them. The way that they handle themselves and carry themselves amongst their teammates and at the line of scrimmage. Really impressed with day one. Expect these guys to get better exponentially as spring goes on.
Moved Thomas around a little bit defensively, Thomas Graham. And what's gone behind that, and what's the plan with him?
We are expecting, we're going to move some guys around and try some different combinations. We have some really good players back there, and some good young players and some good players coming in. And we want to maximize the ability to play all the multiple personnel groupings that we face throughout the course of the season. You have, in our conference, you have air raid teams, you have 21 personnel teams, and you have some new coaches that are going to bring in some new systems. So we want to be prepared to be multiple and at the same time find more playing time and roles for guys.
How receptive has he been to possibly moving around?
Oh, he loves it. I mean, that guy's a football player. He's a team player. He's a football junkie is what he is. And I think when you have a senior that not only knows his assignments but understands what everybody around him is doing, now you have some flexibility. Now those guys become better football players. They become coaches on the field.
Is that what could make him a fit theoretically at nickel and for safety or another?
Oh, he could play anything, but he's our corner. You know, he's our corner. The other stuff is stuff that we are looking at and experimenting with to see how it fits our other packages.
You mentioned that there's 5 practices before spring break. I guess the next 4, bigger picture-wise, what's just on the agenda of things you want to maybe check off?
Well, you know, it's always going to start with the culture and making sure that this team has learned, and we do it through the winter conditioning program on how to handle success. Right? It's been a little while since, you know, a Rose Bowl, and all of a sudden you get it, and all you hear and all you see are T-shirts and hats and some great highlights is saying hungry and humble and driven, and making sure that technique and fundamentals, relentless effort, execution are at the forefront of everything we do. All about Oregon right now, not any opponent, whatnot, but understanding that everything we do now will have a direct reflection on how we show up against North Dakota State on opening day and the rest of the season. So those things are critical. Now, fundamentally, the way we cover on special teams has got to get better, right? The way we throw and catch, you know, particularly third down, has got to improve. We want to improve our protection, not just the O-line, but the tight ends, the running backs, right? As we learn a new system and establish our identity. The defense having so many veterans, them is now, hey, now chasing a new standard that they have set. And it was impressive to watch. I feel good talking about him that way because I think they can handle it. I think you're going to be really pleased when you come out and watch these guys play. You really are. These guys have we all feel that we're just getting started, and that our best football is in the coming years ahead of us, and it starts with the 2020 season.